Hey guys, how you doing? Deshaun here. Baby, guess what? I got something to tell y'all. Okay. Hold on. Alright. Y'all know I am a talker. I am. So it was a group of us talking. It was a whole group of us. Let me count y'all. It was two females. It was myself and another female. And then it was one, two, three, four men. Okay. So yeah, we was talking how, just having light conversation. We didn't know each other. Well, I put it like this: I didn't know them. I don't know if they knew each other, but I yeah, some of them knew each other, but listen, I didn't know them. But y'all know I'm a talker, so I ain't got no problem, chatting with people, whatever we do. So one of the dudes, he said he was talking about the lotto, and he said how much the lotto was, and I was like, oh yeah, it is. I said, you play the lotto, and he said normally he does not play the lotto, but he said what the amount was, and he said he said he been thinking about playing it. And I was like, you should. If that's what's been on your heart for you to do, you should. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, okay. He was like, and he started talking about what he would do with the money if he won it. And I was like, and you give me my part? And he was like, what? I was like, you didn't you gonna win the money, and when you win the money, you gonna give me my part. So then the other female, she was like, and her part too. I said, okay, so it's in agreements, because everybody heard you say that if you win the money, that you're gonna share it with us. And he was like, I was like, yeah, cause it's us. And he was like, who is us? I said, me and you mainly. And he was like, oh, okay, just me and you. I said, yeah, mainly. I said, and if you want to give some to other people, that's fine. If you want to donate a little bit, that's fine. You want to, give some to the church, that's fine. Yeah. He was like, uh, you maybe. He said, not everybody. I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with it just being me. If you just want to share your winnings with me, I'm okay with that. So, we were laughing about that. Everybody was laughing about that and everything. So then you guys. So that male, the one with the lotto, and that female left. They left. So it was just me and two other men. Babe, let me tell y'all something. So we was all still talking and whatnot, and I was like, it's lunchtime. This is exactly what I said. I said it's lunchtime. So what I wanted to hear was, you're right, it is lunchtime. Would you like for me to go get you something to eat for lunch? That's what I wanted to hear. That's not what I heard. What I heard was, what you gonna cook? What? What you mean, what I'm gonna cook? And I was like, yeah, what you gonna cook? Who said I was gonna cook anything? I said, it's lunchtime and we don't have that long for lunch. I was like, it would just be easier for y'all to go get us something to eat. Like I didn't want to cook, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to cook. Especially not for other people, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I know inside your big old bag, because your bag is heavy, because, I did make him carry my bag. Y'all know somebody, I don't care. If somebody's around me, you're going to hold my bag. You're going to carry my bag. Yes, my bag is heavy. So he was like, with that heavy bag, I know you got some food up in there. I was like, yeah, I might, but I don't want that for lunch. And he was like, well, I'm not tripping it If you give me something out that bag to eat, he said, I'm fine with that. I was like, no, we're not finna eat out of my bag. No, we're not finna do that. But y'all know I do have food inside my bag. But still, I wanted some lunch. I wanted some real food. And that's what I told him. So he was like, to be honest, he said, I'm really trying to lose weight. I said, but why? And he was like, cause he's like, I'm big. And yeah, he really wasn't that big. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice size to me anyway. Y'all know how I like them. Y'all know I like me a big one, something with some meat on there. So I was like, you're not really that big. And he was like, yes, I am. He was like, I need to lose weight. Why do men say that to me? Don't tell me that you're trying to lose. I don't want man to tell me he's trying to lose weight, because I like my man to have some meat on him. And that's what I told him. I said, I like a man with some meat on him. And he was like, this much meat? I was like, you're not that big. I said, how big are you? How much you weigh? And so he told me, he said, what he say? He said he weighed 215 pounds. That is not big at all. Not for a man, not for a female maybe. But for a man, I was like, that's not big. And he was like, you don't think so? I was like, no. And he was like, well, if something happens and if my girlfriend smacks me, I want to be able to chase her. I was like, well, if your girlfriend smacks you, I'm pretty sure it's for a good reason. And he was like, why you say that? I said, because this whole time we've been talking, I said, your mouth, yeah, you might need to be smacked. And he was like, you think so? I was like, yeah. He said, but if I'm big, he was like, I won't be able to run. I said, what you trying to run for? He said, if she smacked me, I want to get her. I was like, get her and do what? And he was like, get my say, get a lick or get my, say, do something. I was like, I said, if she smack you, it's for a reason. So I can tell by your mouth that sometimes you need to be smacked. And he said, I don't mind no little love taps. I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with a love tap. I said, I'm pretty sure if she did hit you. Now listen, y'all, I do not condone violence. I do not. But I'm just saying, if like I told him, if she hit you, I'm pretty sure it's for a reason. And he said, it's okay if she hit him and it's a love tap. I said, see, she do it because she love you. Yeah. You okay? Hold on. That's okay. That's great. That's good. Let's take our food by the hand and say, give us all that bread. Amen. So, do y'all agree? I said, it's okay if y'all give each other love taps. Like, I say, if she in the kitchen cooking something, you come in there and pop her, and you say, do a little love tap, and you say, oh, baby, the food smells good. I said, it's fine. I said, vice versa, if she do it to you, it's just a love tap. And he said, yeah, it's a love tap. And then he was like, what you know about a love tap? I was like, I know what a love tap is. I said, I give people love taps all the time. I don't like to receive love taps, but I don't mind giving love taps. I'm trying to be like a lady and eat with a fork today, y'all. Trying. But I was like, he was like, so he said, you like to hit people? I said, no. I would give someone a love tap. Someone I love, yes, I will, give them a love tap. I was like, but I don't hit people just to be hitting people. He was like, okay, he don't either. So then he he started telling us about a situation that had happened with him and everything. He said he was in his feelings, and we prayed about it, and then we started talking about, like, after we did the prayer and everything, we started talking about church. And he asked me what church I went to, and I told him what church I go to. And, we just started talking about different things at the church. And then he was like, I know you in the choir. I was like, why did you say that? He was like, I heard you singing earlier. He was like, you could sing. Okay. I was like, thank you. So, we're talking and whatnot. So it was just him, the other man, and myself. We're talking and whatnot. Talking about different things and everything. But lunch time was over. Lunch break was over. I'm getting my stuff together to, walk away. And since nobody wanted to feed me lunch, nobody offered to buy me lunch today. I made my feelings. But anyway, I'm getting ready to walk away, and he said to me, he was like, I really enjoyed spending this moment and this time with you. I was like, yeah, it was fun. He was like, he was like, I feel like God led me to meet you today. I was like, oh, y'all know I've heard that before. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, because you was having a bad day. He said, yeah, I was having a bad day, but when I came across you, he said, you made me laugh and everything and made my day better. He said, so I'm glad to have met you and all that. I was like, okay. So then he was like, I like a good Christian woman. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with him. I'm like, okay, who is this? Every time I'm talking to y'all, every time we can't never have our time together. It's always somebody. Y'all. Anyway, I'm finna say y'all. So, cause I know they get ready to call me. They don't say if they know what to do, and I'm pretty sure they know what to do. They know to text me and then call me. So they just send me a text. They're finna call me. I'm here finna say y'all. So he gonna tell me, I feel like God led us to meet and everything. And I was like, okay. And he was like, and he started talking to himself. He was like, God, what are you saying to me right now? I was like, well, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go and have your moment with God. Have your moment. Let me leave you by yourself so you can have a little privacy, whatever. So the other dude, you know, he was in agreement with me, like we should give him a space so he can have his moment with God. So then he proceeds to say, Normally, I do not do this, but God is leading me and trying to tell me something. I was like, okay, well, you go ahead and handle that. I was like, we gonna give you your space. You know what I'm saying? We got things to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was mainly speaking for myself. I ain't know about the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't know none of them. So it was like, I just wanted to maybe. I was thinking that I was like, he was thinking why? He was like, I was thinking that maybe we could exchange phone numbers. What? I said, why? Why was you thinking that? He was like, because he was like, you're a good Christian woman. How do you know? How do you know? What make you don't know me? So how do you know? He was like, from this time that we spent with each other, he said, you seem like a good Christian woman. Why do they all say that, y'all? They all say that. You seem like a really good Christian woman, and I want to get to know you better. And I was just wondering if we can exchange phone numbers and maybe we could talk. Did you not just tell me that your girlfriend sometimes smack you and you want to be able to chase her? Did you say that? Not too long ago. Did you just say that? He was like, oh, no. He said, I was just giving an example. He said, I was just telling you why I don't want to be big. I said, but you said your girlfriend. He was like, no. He's like, I don't have a girlfriend. I said, so you have a wife? He was like, no, I don't have nobody. He said, it's just me. I was like, right. That's not what you said, though. So then the other dude, I said, didn't he say his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, he want to be able to chase her if she tap him? And then the guy was laughing, like, he was laughing because he knew I was right. And, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, you got a girlfriend, remember? And he was like, nah, I don't. He said, it's just me. He said, it must be that you got a boyfriend. I was like, did I say that? He's like, that's why you don't want to exchange phone numbers. He said, you got a man? You got a boyfriend? I was like, did I say that? He's like, that's why you don't want to give me your number. I was like, no, I'm not going to exchange phone numbers with you because you told me that you have a girlfriend. That's why I'm not going to exchange phone numbers with you. You know what I'm saying? You just literally told me that you do have a girlfriend. And now all of a sudden, you don't have a girlfriend? I said, you're not being honest. We just prayed together. We said prayers and everything. We had a good godly conversation and everything. And then you going to turn around and act like this? And he was like, I know. He said, you're right. He said, listen. He said, you don't have to give me your information. And you don't have to take mine. You're right. I don't. Thank you. You ain't got to tell me. I was like, you ain't got to tell me. I already know. He was like, I'm just going to say this, that I hope to see you again. I was like, okay. I mean, he was cool and everything. Before that moment, everything was all good and great. Until, you know what I'm saying? He showed his real colors. You know what I'm saying? He's a liar. And I do not like liars. Y'all know I don't like no liars. So, anyways, I did not give him my phone number and I did not take his. Like he said, if we see each other again, and I mean, if we see each other again, we're going to have some conversation. I know we're going to talk and everything, but I'm still not going to trust him. Because if you lied that easily, I'm pretty sure if we ran into each other again, you're probably going to lie again. Like, that's the thing with me. If you lie to me, I don't never trust you ever because I feel like everything you say and do is a lie. And that's what I told him. And yeah, so yeah. I left him to be because we wasn't finna exchange nothing. Plus, I'm still good and gravy with Bennett. You know what I'm saying? I can't be having too many to you know what I'm saying? I'm not that way. I don't do that. So I'm still good with Bennett. So until me and Bennett not good no more, I cannot give you my phone number or take your phone number because I already have a friend. And Bennett is a good guy and I don't want to hurt him even though I do want him to find someone else to be friends with. But until that happens, I don't like I told y'all, I don't want to break his heart. I don't ever want to break nobody's heart. So until that happens, I don't hook people up no more, so I can't hook him up or anything like that. But when y'all see us out and about together, and if y'all want to holler at him, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Take him off my hands. Take him off my hands. Maybe that's what is supposed to happen. One day when me and him out and about, first of all, I don't even know if me and him gonna go out again because I'm not going to pick another restaurant. So that's the problem that me and him had because he always wanted me to pick the restaurant. I'm not gonna pick out no restaurant. If you want to go to a restaurant, you gonna pick out the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Even though I low-key want to tell him about that restaurant that Vanilla Child had told me about. Y'all know the one? I still haven't heard from Vanilla Child. I had received a message that I thought was from Vanilla Child, but it wasn't. It was somebody who had the same name as him, but it wasn't him. Cause you know how my phone got caller ID on there with you? So when people call me, like I told y'all, it showed me their name and their number. I don't know Vanilla Child number, but I know his name. So he do have a name that everybody has. Like everybody got my name, everybody got his name. So when it came across my caller ID, I thought it was him. It wasn't. It was a whole nother person. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So I just had to tell y'all what happened today. Nobody fed me today. Nobody took me to lunch. No, I did not get anybody new. I didn't get no new information, no new number. Excuse me. Bennett keeps saying that he wants to spend time with me and he wants to see me, but he has not said where we're going. He ain't said nothing like that. No, he ain't listed no restaurants or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't said he was. I don't want him to cook. I don't. I mean, he can cook, but I don't want him to cook. And I know I say I don't like fast food and I don't like going to restaurants, but if you want to see me and spend some time with me, you know you gotta feed me. And I'm tired of coming up with the plan of what we're gonna do. And I don't want to spend the whole day with you. I just want to spend lunch. Just lunch. Just get a bite to eat. Just lunch. That's all I want to do. Anyways, y'all, I just want to come and, tell y'all that y'all need to be proud of me because I did not exchange information with that man. I did not. I mean, he was cool and everything. If we run into each other again, I can't trust him because he is a liar. He lied. And that's what I'm teaching my kids. I'm like, if you lie to me, I can't believe nothing else you say to me. That's what I'm trying to teach my kids. Don't lie to me because you messing yourself up. Don't lie to me. You can lie to your little friends and everybody else. Don't lie to me. Because, baby, you lie to me, you better hope and pray I forget. Because y'all know my memory ain't the best. And I know that's what my kids be hoping that I be done forgot. When you lie to me, I don't forget. I don't remember nothing else. But if you lie to me, I'm going to remember not to trust you. I ain't going to remember why I shouldn't trust you. I ain't gonna remember what you did, but I'm gonna remember that I should not trust you. Once you lose my trust, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 words that you could say. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta let y'all go. I don't ate and because nobody fed me. Nobody took me out today or brought me lunch today. So I had to make my own little lunch. That's fine. It was delicious. So I'm gonna drink me some water. Yeah. So I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up the video if you're a foodie like I am. And let me know how proud y'all are of me for not exchanging information with that liar. Because I don't like liars. Are you a liar? Yeah. If you was a liar, you wouldn't tell me, would you? Because liars are not honest. That's why I don't like liars. Anyways, I thank y'all for watching. Y'all be blessed. And yes, I'm still eating on this ketchup. Baby, I'm going to eat this until this is empty and it's almost done. Baby, I'm going to keep eating until it's gone, baby. And when it's gone, I probably will never see it ever again. It was, sometimes things come in your life for just, never mind. Y'all know what I was finna say. Y'all already know what I was finna say. But I'm finna let y'all go. I gotta let y'all go. Listen, I can't play with y'all all day. I would like to do that, but I can't do that. I can't. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a blessed day, and I thank y'all so much for watching.